Welcome to day 8 of the Flowing February Challenge. How are you feeling? Let me know in the comments below. Are you feeling energized? Maybe tired from all of the practice, but good. Hopefully a good tired. So let me know. I hope that you'll continue to join me for the rest of February, especially for our mental health and sense of routine, establishing a nice routine with our yoga practice. Today, we'll focus, it'll be kind of full body, but we will focus a little more on moving through the head, moving through the neck in various postures today. So let's lie on our backs. However you'd like to get there. Maybe you keep the knees bent and lengthen out that neck. Move any ponytails you might have out of the way. And start to rock the pelvis toward you and then just slightly away or neutral. And I want you to see how this feels in the neck. Each time you imprint that low spine or draw it toward the earth, how does the neck feel? Connection between the lowest parts of the spine and the highest. Then pause and rock the pelvis side to side. So heavy the right side, then the left side. Heavy the right and the left, like your pelvis was a boat rocking in the waves. Knees relatively still. They will move a little, but relatively still. And see how this feels in the neck. May or may not feel anything. It'll be subtle, but just attempt to tune in. And then pause. Head stays nice and still as you peel the spine off the earth and lift up into a bridge. Inhale at the top and exhale the heavy through the ribs, the lower ribs, the mid back, and the low back. Inhale here and exhale to peel. Widen the breath at the top. And exhale to lower through the spine. Let's do a few more like this. Inhale. Exhale, peel. Compress those arms actively down. Inhale the top. Exhale, slow, lower, lower, lower. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, roll up. Inhale, pause. And exhale, final time, lower back down. Hug the knees to chest and sensing also how all of this feels in the neck. The knees drawn in can lull the head side to side. Then pause the head and rock the legs side to side. And pause again. Widen those knees, relaxed, happy baby, and then maybe continue those rocks. And let the head just do what it wants. Does it want to rock with the motion or stay still? And then plant the feet, arms out into a T. Windshield washer those legs to the right and to the left. And let's bring the head into it. If you'd like, gaze goes in opposite direction to the arms, or to the legs, rather. Ah. Palms could be up or down. You might even turn one palm up and the other palm down. So when you gaze over one to one way, that palm could turn up, opposite one down. Just add more work for your brain here and get some release, hopefully through the neck and upper body, as well as low body. Stay here a little longer. One more time to the right and to the left. Return back to center. Arms by your sides. Feel how your neck is now. And then roll on to one side and cradle the head to provide it with support as you press yourself up. Let's zigzag the legs. It's like a Z-sit or stag. If you need a little pillow underneath your seat, a low pillow or folded blanket, feel free to do so here. Let's take that hand closest to me, cup the back shoulder, and add a little rotation with the upper body. So elbow away and elbow toward me. And then the head could go opposite to the elbow. Again, this could be smaller range of motion. Eyes open or closed. I don't know about you, but this is helping with my headache a little bit, right? Working with the neck. So retention likes to creep into the body. One more time. Keep the elbow forward and just move through the head. And pause. Elbow moves away from me and then move through the head. Nice. Return back to center. Release the hands behind the body. Feet plant and windshield washer the legs. Legs lull over to the left. Again, you might need that little pillow underneath your seat. Rotate toward that lead knee. That front hand cups back shoulder. And start to take the elbow back and then forward. Really, it's the chest moving, but you'll see the elbow move. And maybe the head goes in the opposite direction of the elbow. Press through those legs as best you can. A few more this way. Nice. Elbow goes back and then just move the head. Don't be very far back either. Elbow glides toward me and then just move the head. Just see how that changes tension or release. And let that go. Hands behind the body and lean back. Let's lift and press out of those hands to sit up tall and find your way onto your belly on the mat. Let's slide that right leg out to the side and return. Left leg out to side and return. Can continue this variation or press up into a sphinx and do the same thing. And the head can gaze over that same shoulder. Soothing it is, as long as there's no big issues with the neck, to move the neck. There's just tension. This should help. One more time, that right leg comes out to the side. And look over one shoulder and return. Then release that leg, lower down for just a moment. Press into those hands, hips up and back, downward facing dog. We'll need to roll forward with the body, lower onto the knees. Draw yourself toward the earth onto the belly. Back up into Sphinx if you'd like the variation of leg slides lifted, and the left leg can come out. Keep it there and rock the head side to side. Just for a few breaths. Not too long. We don't really want to stretch yet. It's early in practice. And then slide that leg long, lower down, press into the hands, hips up and back, downward facing dog again. Pedal feet. And let's walk, walk, walk to the front of the mat. Hands to shins, halfway lift, inhale. See if you can reach through that crown. And fold. Bend those knees as you need to roll up through the spine. Arms can circle overhead. And return the hands to heart center. Let's take tree pose. Come onto the right toes. And then that foot will squeeze in on the left leg squeezes back. So tree, we did yesterday, but this time, see if in your tree you can look over one shoulder, and then the other. Yeah, it's okay not to move the head, but here maybe can work our balance. Nice, nice, nice work. And then look forward. Let's step back into the warrior one. Short stance here. Arms can reach up as you lengthen the lead leg and pour yourself forward. From this position, bend the left leg just so you can pop the back toes off the earth. And I can lengthen again. Really extend through the right toes and then draw them in as you curl through the spine, the whole spine, including the neck. Extend and curl. Tuck the chin toward the chest. One more time. Set that foot down. We're in our forward folding triangle here. Rebend the left leg. Set that back shin, the right shin on the earth. Sweep the arms up. Right arm back. Left arm up. Exalted warrior. And then hands the inside of the lead leg. Lift the back knee off the earth. Little rock here. Little rock. Pause. Rotate toward that left bent knee. And set that hand down on the outside of the lead leg. Again, let's lower that back shin. Try to open up their hip flexors more. Extend and reach both arms up. And then hands can frame front foot as you lengthen the lead leg. Flex through the left toes. And let's slide that leg back. You land in tabletop here. Arch the spine. And round. And let the head move. Unless you'd like to keep the neck still. It can be done with neck still. If there's dizziness, like so. Or allow the whole spine to move. Nice. Round, stay rounded, little rock. And then tuck back toes and the hips high, extend and reach through the pelvis back behind you. Roll forward with the body once more. Let's find your variation of chaturanga. Could be your knees come down. Up to you. Lift through the chest here. Your variation of an up dog. And tuck the toes, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Let's walk those feet forward and see if you can work on a little sensation of stretch. Mobility here through the legs. Woohoo. Hand positions halfway lift, inhale. Exhale to fold. Roll up through that spine. Stack the head last. Arms can circle and draw to the heart center. That left sole of foot to the inseam of the lead leg. Press and squeeze here, everything toward midline. And then again, you might explore the head. Maybe cover one shoulder and then the other. Or gaze stays forward. See how this affects your balance. Another round of breath here. And then step back into warrior one. Lengthen the lead leg, arms can extend. Exhale to draw forward and fold. Leg lifted off the earth, hands are down here. Lift, lift, lift the left leg, then round through spine and draw knee in. And reach. Draw knee in. And reach. Chin toward chest. Each time the knee draws in. Let's do two more. Last one, draw in. That's it. And then set that left foot down. Warrior one, legs here. And rebend that right shin so the left one can lower, or shin, the knee. Bend the right knee so the left shin can lower. Lift up, left arm back, right arm forward. And then hands the inside of that lead leg. Lift the back knee, lengthen the left leg, rotate toward the right. Hands come to frame the front foot here. Step back into plank. Come forward with the body. Your variation of the chaturanga and your variation of the up dog and down dog. Knees lower to hover and then set them down. Hands might need to walk in a little here to find that tabletop position again. This time, isolated movement up the spine. Squeeze those thighs toward one another. They won't physically touch, just a sense of hug. Okay? Everything hugs muscle to bone here. Try to just round through low back and return. Won't even necessarily see much happening here. But you hopefully feel as you exhale to round, flex your low spine, some activity through your center. The neck is still. Squeeze up and in. The exhale allows you to do that. Squeeze the thighs toward one another and exhale. Nice. Now maintain that integrity in low spine and see if upper spine can move and the head will follow. So without the ribs flaring, we try to get extension. This can definitely be frustrating. Through your upper back. Out arching low back. Press through the hands, broaden across chest. Let's do 3, 2. Last one. Nice. Then allow the spine to move. Maybe the head stays still, rest of spine moves. Change my mind there. And then try whole spine. A few more here. Final time around. Sink the hips toward the heels just a little. And then tuck the toes, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Very nice. Just kind of pulse those feet a little here. And then walk, 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 or step forward with that left leg. You can even help it with the left hand if you'd like, okay, to find your lunge. Let's rise and then immediately bend the back leg to this higher kind of like lunge here, traditional lunge. Then lengthen the lead leg, blade the back foot, find your warrior 2. That lead leg will extend as the hips travel back in space. Left arm angles down, right arm reaches up. And here, play with the head. Stay in your triangle and decide, do you like to look up? Do you like to look down? Do you like to have your gaze forward? Let's explore that. And then rebend that left leg. Sweep that same arm up. Maybe you look up. And find the warrior 2 again. And focus on that gaze over that lead finger, or drishti. As you turn the palms open toward me, see if you can still gaze over the hand. Okay. Right hand sweeps forward. The hands meet. Then peel back that right arm till the elbow bends. Then circle the arm around. Peel. So if you're drawing a bow and arrow, then lengthen arm and circle. Still gazing forward. One more time. Angle that left arm up. Return. Then lengthen the lead leg again. You can turn your gaze toward me. Left arm down, right arm up. Maybe you look up as you lengthen that right arm again. And then pivot on the back toes to find a long runner's lunge with an angle with the body. Right hand plants, revolve left. And hands frame front foot, step back into plank and find your chaturanga here. And your up dog and your down dog. Again, that pedal. And then pause that and move the head. A little shake, yes. A little shake, no. Let's take that right leg high and toward the sky and step it through. Maybe even assist that leg. Find your long lunge, your long back leg, angled body. Then bend the back knee. Nice and tall. Let's extend one more time. Rebend. And lengthen the back leg. Open up your torso toward the left side wall. Warrior 2. And sweep that right arm up. Return to warrior 2 and lengthen the lead leg. And that right arm down, left arm up. And play with the head. Where do you like having your gaze? Mhm. Settle on where you'd like it for a moment. Rebend that lead leg, reach that right arm up, perhaps look up. And then return to the warrior two. Gaze over, front fingers, palms open toward me. Left arm sweeps forward. Slide it along the right arm, draw it back, lengthen it, and then sweep it round again. Last one, draw back and angle that right arm up. Perhaps you look up a little and angle it down, lengthen the lead leg, send the hips back in space. That left elbow is high. Maybe you open the arm. Rebend that lead leg so you can pivot on those back toes. That left hand will come down, rotate toward the right. And hands frame front foot as you step back into plank. This time, let's just take the hips nice and high. Shake that head, yes. And no. Legs will return to the earth here, child's pose. We'll need to slide forward onto the belly. Press yourself back into child's pose. And this time, hands will slide toward you. And in behind the body to lift up through the pelvis and lower. Lift and lower. This is where you could let the chest or let the chin sink toward the chest. Then pause, lift out of the chest, out of the arms, and let yourself sink. Lift out, broaden across heart, and soften. Just a few times. Each time lift. And maybe you'd like to come down onto forearms. Maybe you stay exactly where you are. Okay. Now we'll keep the head still. Okay. Keep the spine still. Some people will go all the way down onto their back. Arms could extend. Just a few more breaths wherever you are. Don't feel like you have to go very far into this. It's very intense. Another breath in and exhale to bring those hands to the shins if you're down all the way. Okay. Otherwise, you can stay where you are. Press yourself out of the forearms onto the hands without twisting. Spine faces forward, then to lift up. Yeah. Plant the hands, hips up and back, downward facing dog. You'll have to walk it out a bit here. Lengthen out your stance. One more time, roll forward. The shin set down. Lift the chest through the arms. And then hips up and back, downward facing dog. That right leg will lift high into the sky. Then drop through the hands. Set the back shin on the earth here. Hands come to the inside of the lead leg for lizard. You could walk the back knee further behind you if you'd like. Gaze is about a foot or so, 2 feet in front of you. Press through all the points of contact with the earth. Inhale. And exhale to rotate toward the right. Maybe you even blade that front foot if you'd like. Take your gaze where you will. Could even support the head with the hand. And then return to face the earth. Hand comes down. Pop the back knee off. Sit back into a plank. Hips high, down dog. Forward into plank. And can you step forward to the outside of the other foot? And walk it in a little bit. We'll rotate first. Blade that foot. Oh, wait, no, let's not do that. From down dog, that left leg will reach. Drop between the hands. Lower back shin. Left hand to inside of lead leg. Fine lizard. Your gaze is steady. Your breath is smooth. Another inhale. And exhale to rotate toward that lead leg. Could even blade the foot. So come on to the outside edge of it if you'd like. Press out of bottom hand. That top hand could be cradling the head. And return to face the earth. Hand frames front foot as you lift the back knee. Step into your plank. And your down dog. Find length through the backs of the legs here. Could try to walk the feet in a little to get a bit more stretch at the back line. Work through upper body. Another inhale. And exhale to let those knees lower. Sweep those legs in front of you. And find your way onto your forearms. Lift the chest and let it sink. Lift and let it sink. Time lift. And slide those arms long as you lower onto the back. Perhaps let those knees cave together and walk the feet out to the sides of the mat. Release pelvic floor. And see how that feels in the neck. You could stay here, or maybe heel toe the feet together and open up the opposite way. Maybe a final knee hug into our chest. Find savasana of choice. Might mean that you haven't even moved. Could also be on the belly with the head turned to one side. Take a few breaths on that side and then switch when you're ready. So you can continue this sense of stretch for the neck. We often soften our breath in savasana. However, to activate through the throat, the parasympathetic or relaxation side of the nervous system, you could keep a little rumble there. So inhale through the nose and exhale to make more of an ocean sound. And it could be through the nostrils or an exhale through the nose, or it could be an exhale through the mouth. So inhale through the nose and exhale, rumble. This victorious breath is associated with heating the body. Let it warm you in this cold winter day. And then let the breath go. Let it soften again. Sense your back body on the floor. Maybe you bend those knees in and plant the feet if they're not already there. If you're on your belly, could press into a child's pose instead. If on the back, hug those knees in toward the chest and maybe lull the head side to side. If you're in a child's pose, the forehead could rock on the earth. Wiggle the jaw, maybe stick out the tongue. Stretch the face. And roll on to one side. And press yourself up when you are ready. Mhm. Drop the chin. Maybe lull the head over to one side. Walk the fingertips out. Little sense of lift through the side or through the spine, even though we're arched over. Chin could drop toward that right or that shoulder, whichever shoulder you've got. Maybe you move the head a little, just a little. And then sweep it over to the opposite side and pause. And the chin angles toward that closest shoulder. See how that feels? Maybe a little movement through the head. Return to center. Stack the spine. One final shoulder roll. Arms reach up as perhaps you look up and draw the hands to the forehead. May our thoughts come from our hearts to the mouth and throat. May our words be kind yet empowered, and to the heart where kindness lies. May it radiate through you more and more every day. Thank you for this practice. Sat Nam. Ah, so let me know how you're feeling. Maybe now that you're finished the class, take time to write a comment. Let me know how the neck feels, especially how maybe your head feels. And hopefully, we'll see you for class number 9 tomorrow. See you soon.